Hi everyone, my name is Shauna in case you don't know, and today I'm going to be doing the What Book Baby tag. I will link the creator of this tag down in the description below. There's 11 questions in this tag and I'll be going through all of them fairly quickly. Number 1 is, what childhood book do you still own? So I own a lot of my childhood books. I don't like to get rid of books if I enjoyed them at any point in my life, but let me find one of them really quickly over here in my cabinet that's off the screen of books that I have read. So I'm gonna go with Nancy Drew. I own several of these. I've read about half of the ones that I own, and then I still have a bunch more that I need to read. I have really good childhood memories of reading these. My dad would read them to me before I went to bed, and I really enjoyed Nancy Drew. The Nancy Drew movie with Emma Roberts is the one I believe that got me into the series, and then I was hooked on the series. Number 2 is, what little golden book do you remember from your childhood? I honestly don't remember the names of any of the golden books, the little golden books or whatever they're called, but I do remember collecting quite a few of them, and I remember like lining them up on my carpet and playing with them because I had so many of them, but I don't remember any of the titles. I think there was one with maybe like a dog on the cover that I like faintly can picture the cover, but I don't remember the title. Number 3 is, what book did you hate the ending to? The one that I hated the ending to the most, I think, is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I thought that the book was like really cute and I liked it throughout like most of the book, but when it got to the ending it felt like really disappointing. I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't know if it's different in the movie, but I remember like when I read the book I was like, is this really the ending? Like, this isn't satisfying at all. And it made me not want to read the next book in the series. Number 4 is, what book do you wish had a sequel? For this I'm going with The Sound of Stars. I believe it's by Alekia Dow. The Sound of Stars is an amazing novel that I got to read thanks to NetGalley. It follows an alien invasion with a romance in it. The way that the book ended, it really made me want a sequel, so please write the sequel. If you're watching this, the author, please write a sequel. I really need a sequel to The Sound of Stars. It is so incredible. If you haven't picked up a copy of it yet, you really need to. Number 5 is, what book made you cry? For this I'm going with The Death Cure. This is my go-to answer for anything about books that made me cry. It has some absolutely devastating deaths in it that really rips your heart apart. It's the final book in the Maze Runner series. While I do recommend the series, you just need to know that it will be a massive heartbreaker series that will destroy you, but it is really good. Number 6 is, what book made you laugh? A book that made me laugh is The Luckiest Girl by Beverly Cleary. There is just some like fun moments in here that made me laugh, and there was just some stuff that was so stupid that it made me laugh, which is the major reason why I laugh when I'm reading books. So this girl moved from Oregon to California for a year, and the part that made me laugh the most was that she was sitting with all of these people from California at her new school, and her being from Oregon, she didn't really have a tan, and everyone else had a tan, and she said that she felt like a pale skin among the natives, and I was like, girl, what you talking about? It made me laugh so hard. Number 7 is, what book do you often quote? I don't really quote books that often. I quote movies more often, but I'm gonna go with Harry Potter. I'll hold up the third book because there's the quote, "I solemnly swear I am up to no good" in here, and I feel like I use that quote fairly often online. The Harry Potter series just has some really memorable and iconic quotes, and I don't really remember quotes often, but I remember a lot from the Harry Potter series, but I remember the ones from the movies more often than the books because I just do. Like, I don't know why. I just remember the movie quotes better. Question number 8 is, what book scared you? For this I'm gonna go with Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This was a DNF, or a do not finish to me. It was just way too scary. It was also very triggering, so I couldn't finish with it. It was just really scary, and it was sort of like, in that world you couldn't even trust the police, and I was just like scared out of my mind when I was reading it. I only got to like 30 or 40% before I DNF'd it because it was not my type of book. Number 9 is, what book did you DNF, did not finish? I'm gonna go with one that I don't think I've really talked about that much on here, and that was A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. I was trying to read it for Battle of the Books, which is like this competition where you read books and then you compete in this like game show quiz style competition to see who knows the books the best. A Wrinkle in Time was one of the books for it, and I just got so bored of the book that I couldn't finish it, and my team was like relying on me, but I was like, I can't force myself to finish this boring of a book. It was just like so cheesy and so bad. Like, I do love the Wrinkle in Time movie that came out in 2018 I think, but the book was just a massive nope for me. Number 10 is, what book did you love that was made into a movie you hated? There was no book that I've loved that was made into a movie that I hated. I honestly feel like most book adaptations that I watch, like that are made into movies, are fairly decent, but I'm gonna go with one that's been on my mind recently. So the one that I'm choosing using for this prompt is Beautiful Creatures by Cami, Garcia, and Margaret Stahl. So I didn't hate the movie, and I didn't love the book. I liked this book fairly decently, and I liked the movie fairly decently, but I'm a little pissed off at the movie, and the book is definitely better than the movie. So the movie is like really cheesy, and that was perhaps my biggest issue with the movie, but the other thing is they screwed up my favorite character really badly in the movie. I love Ridley in this book. She's Lena's evil, like, sister, cousin person. How are they related? They're somehow related. And Ridley in the book is described very differently than what she is in the movie, and I felt like in the movie her character was just so stupid, but in the book she's this incredible, evil, and manipulative caster that I really loved. In case you don't know about the Beautiful Creatures series, it is a series in which a mortal boy falls in love with a caster who is sort of like a witch. It's a very interesting read. It is very long and I only gave it 3 stars, but I did like it well enough to continue with the series. The final question is, what book changed your life? For this, I'm going with my go-to answer for this type of question, and this is Article 5 by Kristen Simmons. I've talked about this before, about why I don't have a book jacket for this book. I read this book during a very hard time in my life, and this book gave me the motivation to keep fighting, and it gave me some strength, and I don't know why, like, it's a dystopian book, like, it's not necessarily a self-help book or like an inspiring story that has to do with like a real scenario, but something about the main character just really like vibed with me and connected with me, and the main character really gave me the strength to keep pushing forward. In case you don't know, Article 5 is an interesting dystopian series with romance in it, and it is a beautifully well-written romance, and I would really recommend this to anyone who liked any of the popular dystopian books like Matched, Hunger Games, and Maze Runner. So yeah, that was all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already. Feel free to subscribe to the creator of this tag as well. As I said, their YouTube channel will be linked down in the description below. I upload a new book related video every Tuesday on my YouTube channel, so stick around for more videos like this one. If you want to do this tag, feel free to consider yourself tagged. Until next time, goodbye!